today. I'm very happy to welcome Erica Everett. She's a talented performer and she will speak to us about her journey. Hi, Erica. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Fine, fine. Thank you for joining today the live with us. First, I want to know about your journey before studying. How did you get interested in arts and performing?
Yeah, I think I'm very similar to a lot of actors in that since I was young, I just always loved performing. I did the whole, putting on shows at Thanksgiving and forcing my family to sit down and watch the little song and dance routines I'd come up with. And then when I was 7, I discovered musical theater, fell in love with that. When I was 16, I took a screen acting course, fell in love with that. When I was 19, I took a classical acting course in Oxford, fell in love with Shakespeare. And that really changed my trajectory of performing. I'd been so gung-ho for musical theater for so long. And then I just fell in love with Shakespeare and classical acting and plays and film. And yeah, I went to London to the Guildhall School of Music and Drama, and I got an acting degree from there. And I've just been sort of just dancing around all the mediums since then.
Yes. So you are American and decided to study in England, right?
Yes, that's correct.
What was the reason? Because usually sometimes people like to go to New York to study in the actor studio, or to California, sometimes to Miami to acting or university schools. So tell me why, how did you make this choice?
Well, as I said, I was very gung-ho for musical theater, and I originally went to Elon University for a BFA in musical theater. And that course is absolutely incredible, but I thought I wanted to look more into acting than what I was getting on that course. And I had some friends recommend a summer program called the British American Drama Academy. And that is in Oxford, England. So I applied for that. I was fortunate enough to get accepted on a scholarship so I could actually go. And something clicked for me while I was there. Like I said, I just fell in love. I loved the structure of the training, which was modeled after a British drama school training program. I loved the teachers, how they taught acting. I loved the theater I saw. I saw Othello at the Royal Shakespeare Company. I saw Everyman at the National Theatre. And I think my jaw was just on the floor when I was watching these people do their thing. I had just never experienced theater like that before. And I thought, this is what I want to do, and this is how I want to do it. And so that just inspired me to apply for drama school in London. It's hard now being based in the US because a lot of people form really important relationships with both peers and the industry based off of where they go to school. So a lot of my, student networking was done in the UK, which doesn't really benefit me while I'm in the US. So I think that is definitely a challenge for anybody seeking to study where they don't intend to live or where they can't actually live. But the training was unparalleled. And I'm endlessly grateful for the training and friendships that I made there.
Great. Tell me, after studying, what were the steps you took to be known for casting agents and for filmmakers trying to looking for new talents for the projects?
Yeah, well, I think I anticipated the challenge of returning to the States after my degree, and I urged my school to do a showcase for the US actors in our program. We had a weird class. There were, I think, 8 American actors in my class, which was unusual for my school at that time. So we did a kind of joint US actor showcase in New York City with students from Guildhall, students from RADA, and students from, I think, the Lyra Academy in Ireland. And that was very helpful. I think a lot of us gained representation and casting director meetings from that. I also did a lot of cold emailing. I just reached out to everybody in my network. My parents reached out to everybody in their network, just to see if we had any connections who would be willing to put me in touch with people who could help me out. And that was, I mean, that was really useful for me. I ended up signing with my manager that way, and getting a couple of other really important casting director meetings, agent meetings, etc. Yeah. Oh, have I lost you?
No, I'm here. I was
Oh,
saying you were the last actress who used cold email. You know, the first actress I hear. You know, use one.
look, I've done a lot of cold emails, and the success rate is very low, but
Mhm.
you do just never know. You
It's
never
good.
know. Yeah.
It's good. Did you have a course in email marketing at the university?
No, no, we did not have that. No.
Okay.
This
Tell
was
me,
the lesson.
uh, I've seen you have done roles in Aether's Paradise and Guardians of Loch Ness. So tell me a little bit about your characters and your experience doing these films.
Oh, yeah. Both of those are just dream projects. I'm someone who loves traveling. So to get to work as an actress, to play the leading role in a feature film, and to do so into incredibly stunning places was just like the greatest experiences I could ask for. Um, with Ether's Paradise, that one was crazy because I'd never been to that part of the world before. We filmed it during COVID. It was around June of 2021. It was right when things were starting to get bad again in Asia. So the quarantining was crazy. The care that we had to take on set and around our shooting areas was crazy. But yeah, that was great. And that character in particular was such a fun challenge because I had to play Sydney at 15 years old and then Sydney at 25 years old. So there was a big emotional journey I had to figure out. There was a big physical transformation. I cut and dyed my hair. I played around with my posture. My costumes went from sort of teenage meh to kind of, you know, power boss woman suits, sexy outfits. Um, and so that was a really fun challenge for me. And it was honestly massively supported by the intimate casting crew that I worked with. It was such a small casting crew that we all became really close, and I felt so comfortable to work with everybody. And I felt like it was that really that enabled me to really indulge in that experience and that transformation and in everything I had to do to tell that character story. And then with Guardians of Loch Ness, it's funny because there's a lot of similarities between older Sydney from Ether's Paradise in particular and Kaz from Guardians of Loch Ness. They're both a little bit tormented, big chips on their shoulder, very serious women with a little tender spot that they're working incredibly hard to cover up. And then with Guardians, again, like that was such a fun character to bring to life. I got to do a lot of fighting, and I've always wanted to do fight scenes and action movies. So that was a really exciting thing for me. I'm a huge fantasy fan, so I loved getting to play with the magical elements. And now that we're starting to see some footage from that with the special effects in play, it's really cool to see how they've brought that world to life. And then that was a much bigger, I would say, cast and crew. I got to work with young actors, which was so much fun. They brought so much vitality and excitement and joy to the scenes and like the behind the scenes. And again, just getting to indulge in a new culture, a new people, a new place. We were traveling all over Scotland to film that. We were in the Highlands, we were in Glasgow, like so many small towns I can't even remember the names of at this point. But yeah, that was, again, just such an incredible experience I'll never forget.
Yes, speaking of Highlands, right now they are making a new version of Highlander, a remake, it's a film
Yes,
I watched when I was, if I watched the first one when I was maybe 18 or something like that, with Christopher Lambert. But I want to ask you, since you studied theater and Shakespeare, what is your favorite Shakespeare play
Mhm.
and also film adaptation?
Oh gosh. Um, on the spot. Um, I think off the top of my head, I'd have to say Othello.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Probably because that was the production I saw that really, struck a chord with me and make me fall in love with it and the possibilities of
Yes.
performing Shakespeare today. I'd also seen a very unique production of that where Lucian Masmati played Iago.
Uh-huh.
Typically, Iago's not played by a black man, and
Yes.
it just like blew open
Uh-huh.
that story, and his performance was unforgettable. Um,
Yes.
and so, yeah, I guess I would say that's my favorite. In terms of adaptations, I think it would maybe be Macbeth.
Macbeth.
I
Oh,
really,
okay.
yeah, with Patrick Stewart. Yeah,
Yes. Yes. I
I love
watched
his use of camera to
accidentally. I worked in Universal Picture in Egypt in my when Shakespeare in Love was released, and I predicted it will win a lot of Oscars. It was about it was unconventional film about Shakespeare,
Mm,
and also I loved the 4 hours Hamlet by Kenneth Branagh. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
and I saw as well, some old versions with Laurence Olivier did Hamlet as well,
Mm.
and yeah. Yes, and it was fabulous to watch it as well. But tell me right now, do you have certain dream role or dream character you would like to play in the future?
Um, I've always wanted to play Maggie in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
I love that play. I love that character. Um, and I've always wanted to play Lady Macbeth as well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my grandma, paternal grandma, who I never met, she died when my dad was in high school. She
Mm-hmm.
was a classical actress, and she played Lady Macbeth at I think Circle in the Square at one point. And
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I've always thought, that would be such a cool way of connecting to her in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's very nice. Right now, since we are, at the near end of the year, do you have certain projects you are preparing in 2026?
Yeah, I've got a lot going on actually. Acting wise, I've got a play coming up, which I'm unfortunately not allowed to share a lot of information about. But
Yes.
that's coming up in February, and I'm very excited for that. And on the other creative side, I'm currently writing and hoping to start workshopping a full-length play. It's an adaptation of a solo piece that I wrote back in drama school. I'm really excited with what's come out so far, and yeah, looking forward to developing that further. I'm also working with an independent producer, and we've got a few films that are in early production, some a bit further along than others. So yeah, I think 2026 is going to be a really busy year, especially for the production company I'm working with.
Wonderful. I wish you all the best in
Thank you.
your upcoming projects and also in the release of the film right
Thank you.
now, the post production. I hope you come back when it's released to talk about it more,
Yeah, I
you
would
know,
love to. Yeah.
and I look forward for your new projects on stage, maybe as well in film, and best wishes for the upcoming period.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.
Likewise. Yeah. Have a lovely day. Take care.
You
Bye
too.
bye.
Bye.